People, it's your boy Z Gaming. I'm back for another video on The Walking Dead Virtua Survival. And guys, in this video I'm going to go over the first part of the 6-star breakdown. I'm going to do the ranged and do the melee. So I'm going to do the blues and reds and then the greens and yellows. Before I begin though, I want to give a shout out to Lockdown. He gave me a shout out here recently. So big shout out to you, man. I appreciate all you do for the RTS community, and you're a pretty cool guy. Nice to meet you and stuff like that as well. I didn't know about your channel before, Sarah, or Mama Deadhead as you guys call her. But yeah, he's pretty cool, guys. So if you want to check him out, Lockdown is his name. I'm sure most of you guys know about him, but if not, go check him out. And if you like what he does, you can drop him a sub or something like that, or something. Yeah. So let's break into this let's get into this. So I'm gonna start with the ranged. Like I said, the weapon builds will be pretty similar, but there will be a few exceptions. So starting off with this blue Garrett. Now he came out here more recently. I think this guy, he's very good actually. He's worth pulling for. He's a good defensive leader. I've seen him run on a couple teams. The weapon build I would recommend is just huge AP bonus when attacking, and then taking damage on defense. Depends on what you want to use him for. Huge AP bonus when taking damage, probably for most characters on defense that are 6 stars. And then for offense, you can do huge AP bonus when attacking. You definitely want impair, and probably with this guy, I would recommend either attack or HP. He's got a good amount of defense, and his defense is also going to go there. So really, you could add attack if you want to. He's definitely worth pulling for. In my opinion, he's a very good character. Moving on to this Jessie. Now, Jessie, she is more of a support character, so the reason I say her weapon is going to be different, I would recommend a huge AP bonus when taking damage, and then defense or attack. You can get it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't use attack. I would probably go defense, so probably 35% defense, huge AP bonus when taking damage, and then an impair when taking damage weapon. Because like I said, she's basically a full-on support character. She doesn't really do any crazy attacks with her AR. It's all about healing and stun. Healing HP and stun and stuff like that. Now moving on to Lucas. Now Lucas, he's an interesting character as well. Now he's a red, so his defense is lacking, but his attack and HP is decent. His leader skill is okay. I don't between him and Jessie. Jessie's worth getting because she's decent for her AR is pretty quick for a 6 star, so she's worth pulling for as well. She's not as good as Garrett in my opinion, but she's okay. Now Lucas, like I said, with this guy, I would definitely recommend a stun gun with defense and huge AP bonus when attacking and then taking damage. Same thing as the most of the reds. Like I said, the blue and the red weapons will be similar. I will try to not repeat myself a lot, obviously, because it's going to be the same, like I said. But yeah, so I would recommend huge, like I said, defense, huge AP bonus when attacking on offense, then defense, huge AP bonus when taking damage, and then a stun gun for sure. And he's not too bad. He's okay. Now moving on to this winter Ezekiel. Now this guy, he's okay. He does quite a bit of damage on attack, but his defense is pretty low. So is he worth pulling for, or was he worth pulling for? He might come back. Who knows? He was okay. I wasn't extremely impressed with him, but he was okay. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great. His stun is pretty decent. He hits pretty hard. His attack's high. His HP's high. I would definitely recommend a defensive weapon. So impair when taking damage, 35% defense, and a huge AP bonus when attacking, and then defense when taking damage. His execution is nice. His focus is okay, but really other than that, his defense is pretty low. So you're definitely going to want to put him behind a Mirabel lead or an Erika lead, something like that. Now, moving on to this red Rick, this guy, he's interesting as well. I don't think he's as great as I thought he was originally. His stats are pretty well rounded. I don't think he's worth pulling for as much unless you use him for offense. On defense, a 6-star Tyrese is going to completely slaughter this guy, to be honest with you. His defense is okay, like I said, his attack, but really his AR, the best thing about his AR is the minus 65% attack for 3 turns up to 3 enemies. But his AR is a 76, so you would need a huge AP bonus to get it off. If you put a huge AP bonus on defense with a stun gun in defense, you might be able to get his AR off. But in my opinion, I don't think he's as good. I don't think he's as worth as pulling for. Now, Richard's pretty good. He's definitely one of my I would say top 5s for the range to pull for sure. He does quite a bit of damage. I would definitely recommend defense. His attack and HP is high enough. I wouldn't worry about that as much. I would do his defense with his AR going off. He's going to basically kill almost any 6-star, or maybe not all 6 stars. He might be able to one-shot a 6-star Carl lead if you got a full attack weapon. But like I said, his attack being so high and his AR hitting so hard, I wouldn't really recommend adding attack. I would go defense with his weapon, huge AP bonus when attacking, then a huge AP bonus when taking damage on defense and a stun gun. He's not bad. He's definitely worth pulling for, like I said. Now, moving on to Madison. She was that first universal lead for a 6-star. Her leader skill is good. That's what I would pull for her, but the rest of her, in my opinion, she's not that great. Her AR is a 76. Doesn't really do nothing too fancy. She's worth pulling for, but her, really, other than that, her leader skill is the best thing about her, in my opinion. So, same thing. I would go defense, huge AP bonus when attacking on offense, then defense, AP bonus when taking damage, and then a stun gun. Now, Erika, she's definitely, I would say, probably a top 1 to 2, maybe 3, because there's a couple other ranged characters as well I would pull for. But she's definitely one of the better ranged leaders in the game right now because of, obviously, her being a 6-star revive. Her leader skill is pretty nice. She's a full-on support character, so you don't really need to bother with attack. I would go basically Desert Eagle, 35% defense, huge AP bonus when taking damage or attacking, and then a stun gun, and you got a pretty good character there. Now, Tara, she comes from the faction Assault, so in my opinion, she's not bad. Her defense is pretty low, so you definitely want to put defense on her weapon. Pretty similar to Tara's, and you should be okay. Or, excuse me, Erika's, my bad. Now, moving on to this Alpha. Now, Alpha's pretty good. Her attack's very high, so I wouldn't bother adding attack to her weapon unless you're going to use it for offense. Now, defense, like I said, the weapons vary based off. For offense, you want to add attack. I wouldn't bother as much on 6-stars adding defense for attack, but on attack, you obviously want to add offense. But defense, I would recommend defense. I wouldn't put attack weapons on defense for every character unless you've got perfect impair, stun weapons every time. Because, yes, with that attack, but if you don't have that extra defense, if the enemy does not get stunned or impaired, they're going to kill your team a lot easier versus if you had defense or HP or huge AP bonuses when taking damage. But anyways, back to this. So defensive-wise, I would go defense, huge AP bonus when attacking and then taking damage for defense. And her HP is decent. Her attack's very high, so you don't have to worry about that. Pretty good character, definitely worth pulling for. I would say probably a top 5 for me. Now, Red Governor is a very close second, in my opinion, to Erika. This guy is very good because he's got a lot going on with his AR. His stats are pretty well rounded as well. I would go attack with this guy, huge AP bonus, and then stun because his evasion is going to take away a lot of the damage. And then defense, you can add defense or HP depending on what you want to use him for. But in my opinion, I believe this guy is more, he's basically in the middle. If I had him, I would probably use him more on defense versus offense because of just the fact he's got so much, and with his AR going off, he's going to heal up 100% of his HP every time. And he taunts up to 3 enemies for 1 turn, so he's a pretty good character. In my opinion, he's a very close second to pulling for the range. The only other character, which most of these guys, unless you got Dwight, you can't get him anymore unless they give him out in the game in the future. He's a pretty good character as well. Now with Dwight, I would recommend an Impair, then attack or defense. No, excuse me, HP or defense, and then huge AP bonus when attacking or taking damage. If you got that Dwight's rifle, he's a very good character on offense. I think Dwight's better for offense than defense, in my opinion. Now, this Siddiq, he's one of the better 6-stars. He's a 6-star ranged command right now. Impair, I would go huge AP bonus, defense, and impair when taking damage because this guy, yes, he does do damage and he gets one teammate 50% AP, but yet he's more of a support character in my opinion. He does do damage and impair, but that 50% AP bonus in the command is really what he's about in my opinion. So he's okay. You can get him from the Ascension, so I'm not going to really say to pull for him unless he comes up because like I said, if you can get him from Ascension, it's better to save your coins for another character you can't get from Ascension. So now Jeremiah is a very close second to me with the Red Governor. This guy is very powerful right now because of his Outlast ability, because even if you kill him, his AR can still go off, and if a 6-star Tyrese goes off behind this guy, he's killing anybody that he hits. His AR, deals 300% damage, but that minus 70% defense for 2 turns up to 3 enemies, yeah. Get minus 70% defense for 2 turns. That's pretty much a wrap unless you kill the heavy hitters. Because a 6-star Dwight, 6-star Tyrese will one-shot an Erika lead, Mirabel lead, anything like that. I've seen them even one-shot Carl leads before with this defense down. So Jeremiah is a very good character. I would go probably defense, 35% defense, huge AP bonus when taking damage and stun. And then for offense, you can add attack if you want to, but I would probably stick with defense. Actually, I would add attack on offense probably, and then a huge AP bonus when attacking and stun when taking damage. He's a very good character. Now, Blue Shane, Again, you can get this guy from the wheel. I don't think you can ascend for him, but I pulled him from a couple tourneys before, but I don't think he's worth pulling for because, like I said, he's not the best 6-star in my opinion. He's okay, but he's a full-on support character. He's not one of the better 6-stars right now, in my opinion. I've seen a couple people run him, but Carl Leeds can just burn through him because what people do is characters like this that are just full support characters, unless they have an impair weapon, they'll just use them to build up AR. Kind of basically like an AR punching bag in a sense because they just keep hitting this character, building up their AR to take out your other characters. So he's not that great in my opinion, but if you do have him, I would recommend a defensive weapon, huge AP bonus when taking damage and impair when taking damage. And then offense, if you want to, you can try attack or HP or even defense, really. But if you're going to use him for attack, you probably want to attack and impair when taking damage. But in my opinion, I think he's more of a defensive character because of the fact that he's a support character, but you can use him with a Siddiq as a command maybe to help you keep those confusions off you and keep you healed up and stuff. He's okay, but he's not the best. Now Herschel's very good as well. In my opinion, he's probably top 5. I would say maybe number 3 or 4. It's a close second behind Erika, but I would say the Red Governor before Jeremiah just because he's got a lot more than Jeremiah does. But Herschel's right after Jeremiah in my opinion. What I would recommend on this guy is a Spec Ops SMG with huge AP bonus when attacking, stun or extra critical, which is Slayer 3, critical success. You can get that 35% crit when the enemy's HP is more than 60%. But in my opinion, I would add stun because if you don't add stun, they're going to go after this guy first, even with that bonus critical, because they're going to get rid of him for the fact that he has that Guardian 2 ability. The Guardian is still very good in this game, so these characters are definitely worth pulling for sure. He does damage, he gives you a 50% attack critical buff for 2 turns. That can be useful in the survival road as well. And he just does a lot there. His AR does quite a bit. So he's definitely worth pulling for. Very good character. Now moving on to Yumiko. Now Yumiko, you can get her as well. I think she's on the 5-star wheel. I could be mistaken, but she's okay for offense, guys. But really for defense, I wouldn't recommend her because I kill her pretty easy, and she's not. I haven't seen her on that many defenses here recently. She does do burn damage. The burn damage can be annoying because it does hit you pretty hard. With her weapon, I would either add huge AP bonus when attacking, 30% defense probably, or HP, and then impair when taking damage. Because if you don't put an impair, they're going to go after her right away because they're going to get rid of her for the sheer fact they can use her to build up some AR. That's what I do when I see that character, but she's okay. 6-star Abraham, he was good when the 6-stars came out. I'll still see him on defenses. He's a pretty good character, but you can get him from the 5-star wheel, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, no, he might not be on the 5-star wheel. I know you can pull for him and get him, but I wouldn't use your coins to pull for this guy. He's okay, but he's not worth pulling for in my opinion. He does do a decent amount of damage. He's got an active skill. Heal and Indomitable is pretty good. In my opinion, you can use him for offense or defense. With his Indomitable, that's going to help a lot, but I would still go defense on defense with his weapons. So 30% defense, huge AP bonus when taking damage, and impair when taking damage. And then for offense, you can put attack if you want to, because like I said, that Indomitable is going to help him a little bit. So you won't need the defense as often on offense. Now, Red Mirabel, you can get her from the wheel. She's very good. But like I said, these characters, since you can get them, I wouldn't bother pulling for these because there is other ways to get them without using your coins. I would save your coins for the characters that are harder to get. Same thing with 6-star Tyrese. You can get the 5-star from the supply depot or the 5-star wheel. And he's very good. He's definitely worth getting because of the decapitate ability. He can counter those Erika teams. He hits like a tank, especially with his AR. I would recommend a huge AP bonus when attacking, 30% attack, or defense if you want to try him on defense, and then impair when taking damage. You got to get an impair when taking damage on this guy, and if you put him on defense, though, guys, because if you don't, you can take him out in one turn with the right melee team for sure. Even with the Erika lead, I've still killed this guy off before in the first turn. Now, Red Rosita, I believe that she was a character you had to pull for. I don't think she was a 5-star that was ascendable without getting her off the wheel. She's okay. I still see her on teams often or from time to time. In my opinion, she's maybe a top 7. But I would say those would probably be my top 5, or excuse me, my top 4 would be Erika, the Red Governor, Red Jeremiah, and then the Red Herschel, because they're, in my opinion, they're the best range 6-stars right now in the game. The best 6-star ranged reds, or excuse me, yeah, best 6-star range, sorry guys, that you can pull for. That's who I would pull for. But her AR, she's okay. The Retribution 2 is actually pretty good. She's a full-on support character, so I would definitely recommend you. The AP down is okay, but like I said, I would recommend a stun gun because if you don't, they're going to go after her. But really, then again, with the Retribution, you might not need it. So you could get away with the AP down, maybe. You definitely want a huge AP bonus when taking damage. And since she's a full-on support character, guys, I wouldn't bother at an attack. I would put defense on her weapon since her HP is pretty decent. And behind the Erika lead, she should do pretty good. So, in my opinion, like I said, the weapons are pretty similar, so you can compare the weapons for the blues and reds. I would say probably Garrett's probably a top 5, so I would probably put Garrett after Herschel. Garrett's good, but in my opinion, I still believe Erika is better. Like I said, my top 5, Erika, red Governor, Jeremiah, red Herschel, and then the blue Garrett. In my opinion, they're the best characters right now to pull for the ranged. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys wanted me to do more tips and stuff like that, especially with the armory, I can do that as well. Just breaking down the first part of the 6 stars, giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on who I would pull for. Hope it helps you guys out as well. I will do that armory guide here soon, and I'm going to do the second part of the 6-star breakdown, which will be the melee next. And as always, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want a possible shout-out, drop it in the comments or message me over line. My line ID is in the description of every video. Thank you guys again for all the support. If you want to join the Discord chat as well, the link is in the description to that as well. Just click on the link and you can join the chat room. And also, if you want to make me an offense, the link is in the description as well to my latest roster reveal. Just click on the link, comment an offense, and I'll use it in the video and give you a shout-out for it, which I am going to update my offense here soon, or excuse me, my roster here soon, since it's been quite a while. And yeah, guys, that's about it. And with all that really being said, this is your boy Z Gaming. Peace.